Shalom. I want to give all honor and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshua Ba'ashem HaKodash, that by the Spirit of Elohim, Pastor Millstone, Thomas Jason Searchy, such is to the hopeful that it's spread for concern. It's going to be another video entitled House Rejects Resolution to Curb Trump's Power in Iran War. So Congress, which I'm mentioning Congress, I'm mentioning the U.S., United States Congress, legislative branch did not pass or rejected a resolution to curb Trump's power in war, meaning they're not allowing him to continue to further his attacks in Iran. Okay, so I'm going to play the little news here. It is a copyright disclaimer.
Iranian civilians to, quote, lay low and not protest as strikes continue to ratchet up. This as there is growing political fallout in Washington, where lawmakers forced a vote under Congress's 1973 War Powers Act to curb Trump's authority to use military force, but that effort failed yet again. Sherelle Hubbard has the latest details from Atlanta.
The concurrent resolution is not adopted.
A measure in the House that sought to rein in the president's war powers failed Thursday. The House voting it down 219 to 212. Senate Republicans rejected a similar resolution Wednesday.
The United States military, together with the wonderful Israeli partners, continues to totally demolish the enemy far ahead of schedule.
President Trump continuing to commend the U.S.-Israeli military campaign against Iran on Thursday. That's as Israel and Iran continue to trade attacks. Iran firing missiles at Israel. Conversely, Israel says it's moving to the next phase of the war and carrying out more strikes. According to state-affiliated Islamic Republic news agency, more than 1,200 people have been killed in Iran since Saturday. U.S. military leaders say the campaign is establishing total dominance against Iranian forces.
Ballistic missile attacks have decreased by Drone attacks have decreased by 83% since day one.
President Trump on Thursday claimed that Iran has reached out in hopes of working out a deal to end the war.
How do we make a deal? I said, you're being a little bit late, and we want to fight now more than they do.
On the House floor, 6 U.S. service members killed in Operation Epic Fury were remembered with a moment of silence.
A moment of silence in honor of our fallen.
Reporting from Atlanta, Sherelle Hubbard, KDKA TV News.
All right. So basically, this legislation gives lawmakers an opportunity to demand congressional approval before any further attacks are carried out. So both the House and Senate voted rejected that legislation to curb Trump's power in that war that's happening. So, right now there's division, okay, as we can see, between, Trump, president, and, Congress, okay. Trump want to do it, Trump doing his own thing. Congress, is just not being it's just being looked over, right? Not being notified, not being made aware of these things happening, especially when it comes to war. So, the first precept that came to my mind also was Matthew's 3rd chapter, right? And I'm going to get into it, okay? This is Yahusha speaking to the scribes. Okay, when they told the Lord that his miracles you're doing was the works of Beelzebub, which is it's demons. Okay, all right, an evil entity. All right, but the Lord rebuked them and basically says this. How can Satan cast out Satan? Right? How can another demon cast out another demon? That doesn't even work. Doesn't make sense. Okay. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Right? I'll go read that. And I teach that similarly, a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And this is what we see playing out. Okay. The U.S. is a big old family feuding, okay, over this war, and you have the president, okay, in Congress, not on one accord, not on one agreement, okay, and if there's a war happening, all right, that could cause the lives of many, which is already have 6 U.S. soldiers already killed in action, okay, and many many citizens or have people who are not military in the sense, right, have died from this war. Okay, there's domestic terrorism in the U.S. Okay, because of this war. All right, so there's going to be a lot of deaths, and you have your president and your Congress members not on one accord, not on one agreement, debating over this in in Congress. Okay, so there's division, and guess what? That they cannot stand. Meaning what that is ultimately this is the Lord. This is what going to cause civil war to break out. You're gonna have people protesting. They're gonna cause civil war. It's just gonna lead to but the destruction of Esau kingdom. Luke 10:17, the happy results. And the 17, which is the disciples of the Lord, returned again with joy, saying, Lord, Yahushua, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. And he said unto them, and I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. All right. And this is referring to who is this Satan which is adversary, okay, which means adversary, which goes into a verse to the ways of Yahushua. Okay, the incarnation version of Satan is the wicked elite, okay, that rules this world today. Okay, the wicked elites that rule this world today, not those that which includes the presidents, etc. Okay. These different secret societies, okay, So as lightning fall from heaven, meaning what, falling from his power. Okay, right now the wicked elites, right? They're reigning. Okay, they're reigning. But guess what? They're ultimately gonna fall, right? And what's going to lead to their fall is one of the reasons. One of the things that are going to lead to their fall is division. Okay, civil war. Okay, internal conflicts. Okay. So, yeah, that was my touch on that little bill that got rejected. So, please, everybody, give honor and praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, HaKadosh, Shalom.